Hi, in this video I would like to show you the places in the physical community where we encounter anti-Semitic microaggression on a daily basis. The places can be formal, informal, or semi-formal. Starting with the formal places, what makes them a category in itself is that they are structured, which means that they have an administration that oversees rules and regulations. We attend them primarily because we must, and not because we seek their cultural, recreational, or devotional activities. When it comes to work or school environment, for example, it's important that it is free of anti-Semitism to any degree of intensity, as low as it might be. Due to the necessity to attend formal places, the legal venue appears to be the first choice option in combating anti-Semitic microaggression in this category. Jewish organizations in my area in Southern California currently focus on resolving anti-Semitic microaggression in the local schools and universities where the problem has become so severe that Jewish students are at times reluctant to go to school. The organizations have been pursuing the legal venue, so far with no significant success. There is also now an attempt to criminalize some forms of anti-Semitic microaggression, and this venue seeks congressional intervention in passing relevant laws in the United States. It is a move in the right direction, and many of us support it, hoping for success eventually. Once successful, legal battles will become more common, but still the best paid side would win, regardless of what really happened. As for informal places, they are mostly unstructured public places where we go to relax, to play, to celebrate, or to escape from the existential challenges of everyday life. Those places have no administration that oversees rules and regulations, which means that people are expected to observe courtesy and decorum on an honor basis. This also means that group of neo-Nazis or so-called Palestinians, for example, can have a picnic in the park or in the beach where they can wear anti-Semitic images, chant anti-Semitic slogans, and wave anti-Semitic flags, etc., to their heart content. In addition to the lack of administrative structure, what makes those places a category in itself is that such events don't occur on a daily basis and don't involve direct participation of people who would be offended by the display of anti-Semitism. The third category is the semi-formal places. Those are the places where many of us spend our free time, enrich our lives, learn something new, worship, socialize, and have a wholesome good time. The list of places in this category is very long, and there is hardly any of us that don't enjoy any place in this category. In this semi-formal category, places of activities have an administrative structure that would imply choosing the legal venue. But as it stands out, the legal venue seems to be even more ineffective here than in the formal category. The more I delve into the topic of anti-Semitic microaggression in the community, the more it becomes clear to me that the offenses are not clearly evident in this category, as they are in the anti-Semitic demonstrations on university campuses for everyone to hear and see. Targeting a docent at an art museum, for example, can easily be denied, deflected, subverted, or falsely excused. When I encountered anti-Semitic microaggression at a public museum of art in San Diego, Some people suggested that I just go somewhere else or do something else. But there are a few problems with this suggestion. One, art has been my main activity since retiring, and I'm not about to give it up. Two, there is no other place of a kind in my area. And three, most importantly, letting anti Semitism just be is not the right thing to do. As unlucky as I am with encountering anti Semitism at the Art Museum, I might be lucky to become aware of the vast extent of anti Semitism in my community when, due to my foreign accent, people right away ask me where I am originally from. One of my friends, who also had the same foreign accent, tells me that tells people that she is from a less known Eastern European country with the hope that she doesn't run into someone who is actually from that country. I prefer not to lie about my Jewish Israeli origin, which means that right away, when anti Semitism shows its ugly head to me, it gives me a first hand access to how people around me think and feel. The semi formal places are the category where we need to come up with non legal strategies in order to combat it. In general, Jews and Israelis have always been successful in many areas of importance to human existence. But when it comes to anti Semitism, we fail miserably. In fact, not being able to think in non legal terms has been our failing for 2,000 years. We are grossly guilty of overlooking successes in our own history, which we urgently need to review and reevaluate from a non legal community intervention perspective. One success is described in the book of Esther that we read every year, but never considered it to be relevant to combating anti Semitism with community intervention. Another more recent success would be that of the famous Dreyfus Affair, where the non legal venue succeeded in combating anti Semitism, where the legal venue failed. Both of those examples clearly demonstrate the possibility of succeeding in combating anti Semitism with non legal community intervention. Since starting to advocate against anti Semitic microaggression in the community, numerous people shared with me their experiences with encountering anti Semitism in their communities. The vastness of those encounters clearly shows that we can no longer afford to ignore it, to minimize it, or to tolerate it. It continues to intensify steadily, and it might only be a question of time before once again it reaches a critical mass as it did last in the 1930s. Anti-Semitic microaggression in semi-formal places is currently becoming louder, bolder, more encompassing, and more frequent since World War II, not showing any tendency to slow down. If Kristallnacht happens again, it would once again most likely be the people in the semi-formal places who would become the hostile mob. If you didn't know, now you know. Bye.